Hi guys. I hope you have already heard about ChatGPT. If you haven't, don't worry, we will talk about it today. You can visit this URL chat.openai.com to access it. You will have to log in. It's a free login, so don't worry about that. But the reason why I'm going to talk about it because it is probably the most important significant innovation we have come across in AI in recent times. And over the course of this video, I will try to explain why I think this is probably the most significant innovation. But point is that this is something which has shaken the world, to say the least. It is, its performance is way beyond any chatbot you might have came across. In a nutshell, it's a chatbot. You send or ask few questions, it will respond. Sounds very simple, quite mundane, like many other chatbots in the market which are already using uh, some form of AI or machine learning capabilities. But ChatGPT take it a lot further because when we talk about chatbots, we usually talk about, there are simpler chatbots where if you ask specific questions, they will provide you specific answers, and there are a slightly advanced version like Dialogflow or which is from Google, and few other chatbots in the market which might be able to add some kind of context to the conversation. So even if the question is not very straightforward or simple, they might still be able to relate to the larger context and provide you a response which might be okay. Now, these chatbots are okay if you are looking to use them for something like, let's say, customer care. People can reach out to them, and in fact that's why they are quite popular in that space. There are a lot of companies which are using AI based chatbots for their serving their customers. But what makes ChatGPT very different than these is the kind of capabilities it offers. Now, in this video, I'm going to focus on how we can use it to build resumes, CVs instantly, almost instantly, very good CVs, and it's free. So you can do that without paying anyone any kind of fee. But over a period of this video, you will realize that the implications are much larger. To put simply, I can ask it to create or rather generate code in Swift, Flutter, Angular, any programming language you can think of. And it will give you code which will be, I'll say, 90% ready to use. It will still require some modification. By and large, that code will be ready to use. You just have to make few changes, maybe 10% of it, and then use it, which is, if you look from innovation perspective, it's huge. Of course, there are serious implications for the job market, especially in the current market where we have seen so many layoffs. And it has triggered that discussion that maybe ChatGPT is going to impact the job market significantly in the future. Now, practically, personally, I think it is still far away, especially for highly specialized job. But many things are going to be changed forever. If you look at the job market for programmers, there are so many programmers because still most of the enterprise programming is manual. There are programmers who are coding it. But imagine if you have a system, a bot, which can generate code, and then you just need to modify 10% of it or 20% of it to suit your need, your company, your exact use case. This is going to save a lot of time for the company. But at the same time, it is also going to reduce the number of people who are required to perform that job. But as I said earlier, it is still a bit away, especially from adoption perspective. So I think we still have some time. But while people get used to it, I'll say the smart people are going to start using it as a personal assistant to get their work done. In this video, I'm going to talk about building your resume. But like I said, you can use it if you need help with your code. You can use it if you need any kind of help with any other thing. It could be marketing, financials. I primarily focus on business analysis, program management, product management, etc. So I will continue to make videos on these topics, how you can use it. For example, just yesterday I tried it to build a project plan. And I'll say the plan was really good. I mean, of course, it's just a chat bot and it can only produce text, not images. At least I haven't came across that. I haven't tried it. Or videos. I have tried video. It doesn't creates videos. But the point is, if you can use a tool like this to improve your efficiency, it can add a lot of value. And I'll show you how. For example, before I start with resume, let me give you a basic example. So let's say if I go to Google now, as of now, you can say Google is the place where we all go to learn anything, right? Now, if I say what is business analysis, now this is the page I'm getting. If you see, Google is still a tool which is essentially cataloging the web. Its technology might be very sophisticated, performance could be very good, but at the end of the day, it is going to pull that information from some website. In this case, it is telling you this definition, which is okay. I won't say it's bad. This is from Wikipedia. And then you can spend a whole lot of time going through all these links, videos, and come up with your own definition or understand the subject matter better. If I go here and just say, what is business analysis? Now you can see that the response which it will generate will be very close to the reality. Now, as a professional, you are seeking information in that moment. You need instant resolutions. Now, of course, you can go spend hours, going through these links, understanding what is business analysis, or you can just put this question here and get a response. And I can tell you, if you are going to appear in an interview for business analyst role, and if this is your response, you are going to get that job. So it's a very accurate description of what a business analyst does. Of course, depending upon your role, things might be different, but as a common use case, something which will be common or right for, I'll say, 50% of professionals. Of course, if you are going to deal with Tableau, Power BI, things like that, you might have to customize your response. But point is that it is going to change the way we look for information. And if you are a smart person, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you are a smart person, you are going to start using ChatGPT a lot more than Google. For example, if you are a programmer, you are stuck at something. Now, today you will Google it, then chances are you will end up on Stack Overflow and you will spend hours there. Of course, if the problem is very common, you might get the solution quite soon, but a lot of complex problems require a lot of effort. You might be putting your question there on the forum, somebody will respond to it, then you will try, it may or may not work. But if you just copy paste the error in this chatbot, chances are it will give you exact response which you need, but only in fraction of minutes, right? So this is going to change the way we process information, and we should be doing that. And that's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's very important if you're a job seeker, because in next few years, I mean, whether it's ChatGPT or some other derivative coming out of it, I won't be surprised if it has a very severe impact on the job market. But while it happens, we can use this tool to empower ourselves, to improve our knowledge. And that's what we are going to do here. So now let's talk about how to use it for resume. Why I picked resume as a topic for this video, because a lot of us spend a lot of time, money, and energy on building our CV. And most of the time we don't even get calls. That is the biggest problem which we face. And reason is our CV is not customized for that appropriate job profile. I have my own courses on business analysis, project management, and product management. And I always recommend people to create specific CVs, customized CVs for specific jobs. For example, let me pick something. So let's say this is with Adobe. Now I'll want to pick something which is for program manager, because that's what I target. I can understand that better. So let's pick let's pick this one. So if I go to this link, now this is with Adobe. If you see, Adobe is also using some kind of chatbot, but I mean, if you play around with it, you will realize that it has its own limitations. It can't go beyond a limit, and that limit is not very high. It's not very intuitive. It cannot answer all kind of questions. But let's say I want to apply for this job. Now, when we are searching for jobs, we are applying for so many positions, we end up using more or less same version of our resume, because like as mentioned earlier, it costs you a lot of time, effort, and money to change your CV all the time for all the jobs. If you have applied for 100 jobs in last 6 months, then you have to do it 100 times, and we get irritated, frustrated, and we stop doing that because there is no easy way of doing that. ChatGPT is going to make it very easy for you, but it's a chatbot, right? So if I just ask it to create a resume for engineering program manager, I'm fairly certain that the output will be quite okay. It won't be very bad. And just let's wait for a few seconds, and it has started printing it. So now you can see that all these things are fairly okay. I mean, honestly, in absence of anything, I'll say this is okay to use it. I mean, I don't see any issues. If you see, I just said engineering program manager, and with that, it has put all the necessary information there. It is talking about experience. Of course, you will have to customize it, change it based on your experience. It is using the right keywords like leading cross-functional teams. Remember, it is engineering program manager. So you are supposed to lead teams. And if your CV doesn't talk about these things, then you are going to have tough time getting calls. So by default, out of the box, it is using all the right keywords. I mean, I must say this summary is really impressive. It is talking about complex project on time and within budget. So again, two keywords. If you are in program or product management or project management, you know time and budget. They are two keywords which have to be there in your CV. Again, a lot of projects are around process improvement and maximizing efficiency. So it has also included those keywords. And then it has added a statement around technical background where, of course, you can update it. Now, if you look at the experience section also, so it has given you a very good template where you can just change the numbers. I mean, a lot of time we fail to put metrics in our CVs, and reason is we can't think of them. We just maybe forget, or we just come up with generic statements. But with this CV, if you just update it, it is really great. Of course, it has only given you two experiences. If you have more or less, you have to change it. But point is, within few seconds, I got something which is ready to use. Maybe I can put 15 minutes updating these details here, and I can use it. Now, let's say I want to add more context to it. So when you want to do some kind of really comprehensive exercise, then you have to provide more context to it. So in that case, if you see here, the company is talking about, or rather this position is talking about what kind of role it might be there, what kind of things you will do, and what kind of preference or requirement is there. So now if I just copy all this part, put it here, create a resume for engineering program manager for, now I'll just put everything. Now it will analyze all this information, and it will create something which will suit this particular job requirement. And this is very crucial here, because if I go back to LinkedIn and let's say I pick this senior program manager at Amazon, here rules and responsibilities might be different. And I'll show you how it will create different CVs for these jobs. So now, if you see, it has automatically changed the experience here. It is still talk about leading cross-functional teams because this is quite common for a typical project manager or program manager. But it has now, or rather it is now using different kind of keywords, software, SaaS, related products. Now if we go here, I'm sure these keywords must be here if you see. So now if you go to any resume expert, they will tell you that always refer to the job description and use keywords in your CV. Now you can see that it has changed the CV and it has created this CV which is well suited for this particular requirement. If I pick something else, now let's pick this one. Again, I'll copy paste everything. I'm not going to waste a lot of effort here because idea is to sort these things quickly. So create a resume for senior program manager with Amazon for, and copy paste everything. And let's give it a minute or maybe a few seconds. And then you will see that it is still using some of the keywords because these keywords are important for any program manager role, like leading cross-functional team. But then it is talking about different skills here, Excel, SQL. So the first time it was different. Second time it was talking about SaaS. Now it is talking about Excel, SQL, these kind of things. And it is again having a different kind of experience also. Of course, you will still have to update it, but I think this is a gold mine for job seekers and people who are looking to build their resumes, because a lot of time we go to the experts, we pay them, and they eventually come up with the same kind of format. Here, especially if you are experienced professional, I mean, it must be because you have already seen so many resumes, you have seen your resume, you have seen others' resumes, you have worked with experts. So maybe with 15-20 minutes effort or 30 minutes effort, you can customize this and use it to apply for the job you are looking to apply. So instead of just having, one CV for Amazon and Adobe, you can now have two different CVs with minimal effort. So I'm not saying it is going to completely remove the effort, which is a good thing. But I think if you're looking to get your CV or resume, it's a very good tool. And as I have mentioned earlier, you can use it for any other purpose like generating code or project plan or writing requirements, anything. And of course, there will be limitations. And if you want me to cover any other profile, please leave your comments. I'll continue to make videos using ChatGPT and how to use it to solve a lot of problems on business analysis, product management, program management, etc. Largely focusing towards jobs, careers, etc. And yes, don't forget to subscribe because you won't like to miss those videos. They are going to have really good information on it. And yes, while I come up and post those videos, please start using this tool. This can really make big difference in your career. Thank you.